movie like Battleship.
Have you seen the movie Battleship?
Yeah, yeah, the actors are constantly yelling like B7, A36. That's how the Navy works. That's how we beat the U-boats in World War II.
All right, welcome back to Movie ReBoo. It's a working title. I am your host, Michael Jennison, and with me today I have two co-hosts. And the prompt was simple. Tell me their favorite horror / Halloween movie, and we'll watch you brew it. And so for today, I have part of Holy Smokes, their outro music on Antonio making a comeback.
That is how I'd like to be known henceforth.
Yeah, man. Keeping it going. And then our other guest, who's just making appearance after appearance. Welcome back to the pod, Liam Garvin.
Thanks for having me, Mike. I'm glad to stake my claim as the new true co-host of this. Fuck Keegan.
It's like squatter rights, right?
Yeah.
Do it enough.
If I'm on enough episodes in the next, I've been on 3 episodes in 3 months. That's I'm getting close to co-host status. I'm at least getting a featuring.
Yeah. You have high billing at this point.
Yeah.
And I am drinking Franklin Castle, which is a pumpkin spice ale from Market Garden. I'm in Cleveland right now, so got something a little local.
I got Wicked Grove hard cider. Wicked Grove is the Aldi brand. So this is a pumpkin hard cider. I've never had it before. I was at Aldi today, and I wanted something Halloween themed.
More like Wicked Gross.
Yeah, I don't like
drinking. I don't like the pumpkin beers or like the Oktoberfest. They're so heavy and they make me kind of gag if I take more than a sip. So I'm also drinking cider. This is a dry table cider from the liquor store. It's called Farm Floor. It's earthy and tart. Thank you.
Did we lose Mike? I think we lost
Mike. We're still recording though. Oh, we got kicked out.
Let's go.
This is what we wanted,
no
right,
rules.
Liam? Okay,
Yeah, I was gonna
3
say,
hours
finally.
starting now.
Damn it.
Okay, I'm back.
Dad's back.
We were about to go. The last time that Antonio and I did this together, we went for about 6 hours. The main memory I have is that your uncle called you at one point during it, and you hung up and said, "I love you." And I'm like, "You said I love you to your uncle?" And we had a long discussion about whether you say I love you to your uncles.
That would be hilarious if I just never returned and you guys just did Clue without me. But we're doing Clue. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. We're doing 1985's Clue. Why'd you guys pick this movie? Is this beloved in your world?
Gruesome, gore-ish, classic Halloween flicks. I think in the popular canon.
Yeah, I think it really pushed what you could do. What audiences were able to stomach. You know, there were reports of people running out during it. People couldn't really even. I think it premiered at Cannes, and there was just walkouts of people disturbed by it.
Oh, really?
And I think that's something. Yeah, honestly,
so ahead of its time. Yeah.
In actuality, this is a movie that Antonio and I watched. I think for the first time too. Was that also your first time watching it, Antonio?
I watched it as a boy.
Well, the first time I watched it was at Antonio's house about 4 years ago, and I think it was
recently?
when he was.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Where?
it was
when
you were living with Evan and Patty and Andrew.
Oh yeah,
we all watched it, and I think, and because Haley said it was one of her favorite movies. Your Haley, not my Haley, said it was one of her favorite movies, and
other Haley was just a glint in your eye.
I know, and I think I just remember us like losing it, cracking up. Like I think obviously we had gone out, maybe not gone out, but we had been drinking, and we were just like, let's turn on Clue. And my memory of it is like being like the funniest movie I'd ever seen. And rewatching it, I still think it's funny. I think that I still think it's very great. There is like something about I think when I reviewed it on Letterboxd, I gave it 5 stars, and I'm like, this is partially a review from when I watched it 5 years ago and at Antonio's house with a bunch of people when I was drunk.
Did you dox me on Letterboxd?
I didn't talk to. I don't think I listen. I think I said in a group. I don't think I said your name. Don't worry.
I yeah, I think this is a great group watch movie for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Like in that setting, this totally plays. I watched this on my laptop for the first time this time by myself while my other
Wow.
buddy was working from home when I was visiting him in Denver. So not the same setting, but I was happy you guys picked it because this is a movie that I've been wanting to watch for a long time. I've always heard good things about
So
it.
it was your first time then?
This was my first viewing. I knew a little bit about it. I knew the multiple endings part of it all, but that was about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the multiple endings, not to skip ahead too much, it does work a lot better. Like, because the original gimmick of this is that there were three different endings that you would see a different one if you, like, depending on the theater. I don't know how they decided it. I'm assuming it was, like, shipped out randomly or if it was, like, regional. But it does work a lot better if you can just see all of them. Like, I
Yes.
feel like if they were like, you get one of three endings, and I would just be like, well, I don't want to pay and sit for another 90 minutes to like watch another different 7 minutes.
Three
or
more
whatever the ending
minutes
is.
of
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So it definitely plays so much better. And that's probably why it didn't do that well at the box office and then caught on in like VHS and stuff because they did just have the three endings there ready to go.
I do have a favorite ending. We can get into that later.
Wow.
But do you guys have a favorite ending?
I think mine is just like the real ending. I like just because of the Michael McKean last line where he says, "I'm gonna go sleep with my wife." I think is so funny, and that's my favorite ending, the real one.
Why do you think that's the real one? Because it's the last
Because
of the three?
that's what it says. It says, "Here's what really happened." Because it was like,
Yeah,
I
but
think the first one says like, "This is how it could have happened," and the next one's like, "But this is also how it could have happened." And the last one says, "Here's what really happened." Because that's the one
I feel like that was
where it's
put in by an editor, like on DVD or VHS, like after the theatrical release. So I don't know if I'm counting that as canon.
That one just
The real
involves
canon.
everyone, and it's like the ending of. Isn't that the same ending as? Is it Murder on the Orient Express, in which like everyone did it,
Yeah.
like everyone.
Yeah, it's
And I
Murder on
feel
the
like
Orient
that-
Express.
Because it's like an allusion to that, I feel like that is to me, I don't know. It feels more solidly like the ending.
It's the best ending.
I see.
It is the
I
best.
don't. I don't like the endings when it's like they all did it. I like when it's actually somebody. So I actually preferred the first one that they showed.
Yeah.
With Scarlet. Yeah. How
Yes.
Scarlet's like the mastermind
Yeah.
behind it all.
And
that was my
Wadsworth was
favorite
an
one.
undercover agent.
Yes, because I feel like that adds up. I mean, they all kind of adds up because you can kind of skew the story any way you want to in the big reveal. But I felt like
Yeah.
that one. I like that one the best, and I thought that was a cooler ending than
Yeah.
they all.
That
did
whole
it.
the whole scene of how of them like sprinting around from room to room and like Tim Curry leading them around. It's like, and then they went to the whatever, and they all jaunt over there. Tim Curry
Yeah.
is so good in this movie. So I was just watching a like fan made documentary about this movie in preparation for this podcast, and the other people that they considered for the role of Wadsworth, they like wrote it with like John Cleese in mind. And they also mentioned basically just like anyone who did comedy around that time.
Yeah.
But I feel like
That
other
would've
people would have
worked.
just been like kind of, I don't know. I think like Tim Curry is like menacing. Like he is
Yes.
so funny and so talented, but he isn't like silly. He's not like, he's like still playing it really straight and he's like very believable. And I feel like if you got someone like John Cleese who was like, ooh, hoo, hoo, like doing his thing, I feel like it would have lost what makes it funny that everyone is kind of playing it straight.
He would have been goofier.
Yeah. No, Tim Curry's awesome, and like he's like theatrical too, and I think it just works really well in that character.
Yeah.
But I guess we can jump into it right off the rip. My biggest hesitation has always been that it's an adaptation off a board game, and like how do they shoehorn the premise of the board game Clue into this movie? They do a pretty good job of it. Like I like how they gave them aliases. I think that really
Yeah.
works because it's like
Yeah, because otherwise these people have ridiculous names. What's going on?
completely ridiculous names. But the aliases work. I think they do a good job of like making it. It's a little bit over the top and ridiculous about like how everyone is in that mansion together is getting blackmailed and stuff like that. But I think they do a pretty good job of making it somewhat believable. The six weapons thing, I think that could have been done a little bit better, but I think it's almost played for laughs how ridiculous it is that like,
Yeah.
oh, a candlestick, a rope, a lead pipe. So I was pretty impressed by the first like 30 minutes of this movie, how they're setting up the board game. I think they did a pretty good job of it because, I mean, is there another adaptation of a board game out there? There's really nothing to kind of go off of. So I thought it was pretty
Certainly
impressive.
not in 1985. It does seem
Yeah.
like they kind of just the adaptation of the board game is kind of secondary, where they're like, we're gonna do a parody of a murder mystery, an Agatha Christie type,
Yes.
or a similar type of movie from this era, or from I guess before, probably more like 50s, 60s era, and then they kind of just like built like the premise is stronger than just the board game, and that is
Yeah.
like
The IP
it's
is
the movie's benefit.
secondary. You
Yeah.
forget that you're watching a movie based on a board game.
Yeah.
Like, whereas in a movie like Battleship, it's a little bit more shoehorned
Yeah.
in there. You
Have you seen
players
the movie
ca-
Battleship?
Yeah. The actors are constantly yelling like B7, A36. Yeah.
There's no way.
That's how the Navy works. That's how you get your
Dang.
That
subs.
checks out.
Dang.
Mhm. That's how we beat the U-boats in World War II.
It's a good code for sure.
Has anyone
Uh,
played the game Clue, the movie, the game?
I
I haven't played
really-
in a long time.
I really want to play after watching this. Actually,
Yeah.
I may play it like in the next week with my family. May force them to play Clue with me before I go back to San Diego. I love Clue though. It's a fun ass game, and they're pretty quick. I mean,
Yeah.
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 I feel like we played like Kid Clue because it was like there was a version that didn't involve murder. So ours was like someone stole the library book or something, and you had to figure out where it was. And that was the version that I played up until I was like 8, and I don't think I've played since.
Well, in Clue, also the board game, there's like hidden passageways that they have in this movie too, which I thought was a cool
Yeah.
Oh,
nod
cool.
to the game too, that actually play a big role into this movie. Yeah,
Liam,
I think
is
they
a
did-
Kid Clue like Muppet Babies, where all the characters are like kids, but it's the same characters?
Yes, it literally is. Yes.
Really?
It's like it's like Johnny Mustard or whatever.
Eh.
that's
I always wondered what Colonel Mustard's backstory was before he became a colonel.
Yeah, I'm sure
They should do a sequel on that.
there's probably I bet in the works there's some gritty origin story for Colonel Mustard serving in World War II or whatever he did, but it's just called Mustard, and he's played by Joaquin Phoenix, and he wins an Oscar for it.
It's you think there's like character write-ups in the original board game?
No, yeah, I'm sure that goes.
There's probably fan fiction. There's got to be Clue like fan fiction. Probably Clue like Rule 34 stuff
Oh,
before
yeah.
like the new like hot woke Clue. Even like people were definitely like into that.
yeah.
Also, looking at
There's
Clue
fan
Jr.
fiction for everything.
100%.
Clue Jr. They are adults, but they just kind of look like they're like little cherubs. So I guess they aren't kids. They're just like they look like little like they're little stout little like Pokemon characters.
Oh yeah.
So
that's
never
fun.
mind.
That's
So I guess it's not Colonel
that's-
Mustard Jr.
that'd be much more appealing to a child. These grotesque like Cabbage Patch creatures.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're a little bit more
All right.
cartoony. Okay.
Let's keep going to the movie.
But yeah. Well, anyways, and then the murder itself, still kind of confused exactly how he was murdered, because I'm losing the plot here. So they are all being blackmailed in some way by Mr. Body. I don't think Mr. Body's in the Clue. Is he the guy who dies in the Clue board game?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think so.
my bad. Okay.
I know that
Is-
because when I was in our eighth grade play was like this ripoff of the Clue story, and there was like characters like Colonel Mucker, and the
Mm.
victim was named Billy Body. So I'm guessing that is it's probably from that
Yes,
IP.
Yeah.
he is. He's the wealthy owner of Tudor Mansion. Uh, Unseen host who was murdered inspires the quest to discover who murdered him.
Oh,
Okay.
so it's not like the character doesn't do anything.
No, he's just like a stand-in.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. He's killed off. He's killed before the board game even
Off,
Off
starts.
screen.
off,
Yeah.
yeah.
Off
Okay.
screen. Off board. Um, and so yeah, and so he's murdered in a pretty. He's blackmailing everybody. He reveals how they're blackmailing him, and then the lights go black, and then there's a gunshot, and then Mr. Body's just on the ground, dead. Uh, I think it's funny when we kind of get into the ending. I like the ending the best where the doctor knew he wasn't dead because like
Hmm.
he doesn't really look dead, and the doctor like touches him really quickly and there's no like obvious blow to the body. I'm kind of confused how he would have been like dead completely. So I kind of like the ending where the doctor was like whatever. He says he's dead even though he was just knew he was unconscious. But yeah,
Dr. Brown. What was his name?
Dr. Brown.
He is Doc Brown.
What
Professor
is his
Plum.
name? Professor Plum. Yeah, Professor
Hey,
Plum.
great joke, Antonio. I know Mike didn't like it, but I liked it.
He did not
I,
like it. He just didn't. That was just too quick for him.
I
Yeah,
just
it went
didn't
over
get
his
it.
head.
I just didn't get it. I was trying to think of what his actual name was.
What a
Um,
1985 for Christopher Lloyd. This movie and Back to the Future in the same
Yeah.
year. He was killing it.
yeah, it's funny. I forgot that Christopher Lloyd was actually younger than like they make him look older in Back to the Future.
Yeah, he's like literally
Still
like
looks
40
like an
years
old
old
man
in
in
that
this
movie.
though.
Yeah, he
Like he
does
still
like
looks like he's in his mid to late 60s.
yeah, and
He
he's
looks
like not
he
even 50. He's like
Yeah.
late 40s.
Yeah.
he looks better than he does as Doc Brown though.
Yeah, Doc Brown, they like fuck up his eyebrows. His like
Yeah,
eyebrows are transparent too.
looks like ass. But But yeah, it's a good murder. I thought it was kind of, I don't know, it's a little campy, but it works with the movie.
Yeah,
What do you think of
Um,
the character of Mr. Body?
I think,
Let me say the acting is a little, is a little.
So
It's probably the most wooden out of that entire
the
movie.
apparently the voice of Mr. Body is not him, and they dubbed over him completely with an unknown voice actor.
That's what it
And
sounds like.
the guy who plays Mr. Body is a guy named Lee Ving, who was in the hardcore punk band Fear. And they basically, the studio told the director, they were like, we need to cast a rock star in this. And the director was like, fucking whatever. Like in the documentary I just watched, he's like still pissed about it 40 years later. So they cast him in the smallest role that they could and then dubbed over all his lines. And the guy who made the documentary still said he couldn't find who did the lines, but none of it is him.
That's so weird.
I know.
Also,
So
Lee Ving. Oh, okay, not his real name. I'm looking.
not
him
his
up.
real
That's-
name.
Yeah.
He was also famous for he was friends with John Belushi, and they performed on SNL in like 1981 and like started a mosh pit riot and like didn't censor any of their lyrics and got banned from SNL.
Eh,
damn.
Yeah, and then 4 years later he graced our screens as Mr. Body, kind of.
it's got a long Wikipedia page.
Yeah, he's still alive too.
75 years young.
Yeah, I guess he's not even that old.
Still making history. Um, that's crazy. I didn't realize it was dubbed. They did a pretty good job, at least.
Because he kind of talks like a guy from like a Chinese kung fu movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm like. There's something really off about his delivery. It's exactly like it was dubbed. So
Yeah. No, so that checks out. That makes sense. That didn't go through my head, but I don't know why I would think that in the first place. Yeah, I mean they kill him so quickly off the screen, and like you're not supposed to like him at all, so it works. I thought of his like kind of he's not at all endearing whatsoever. So I was cool with him. The dubbing thing in the background story is really interesting though. And then so I guess the next thing that happens is the maid starts panicking.
Yeah,
And
she passes out. They do a
she
classic land on boobs joke of like, oh, a classic that fucking uh, what's his name? Joss Whedon does like 5 times in the Avengers. Uh,
yeah,
and then
they go to the
the
kitchen.
cook dies. Yeah, it's hard to talk about this movie, and it's just like kind of such a whirlwind, and it is like so comically dense that it's hard to kind of just like parse through it and like talk about it like it's a real mystery that we're breaking down.
Yeah,
The cook
for
has
sure.
one line and then dies,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
and
know
then it's
why they
just
killed the
played
cook.
for
It's
laughs as
different in
being
different
heavy
endings,
for the
right?
rest of it.
Yeah.
What's that?
And then
Well then, and then Mr. Bodie ends up being actually alive, and then he gets taken out by a
yes.
candlestick.
Mr. Bodie.
Mr. Bodie ends up being Mr. Body ends up being alive and gets taken out by a candlestick. And then that's kind of where the whodunit starts, where we try to figure out who we think did it. Did you guys have a hunch on who it was gonna be when you first watched this, or were you just
I
knowing
was
that there was
8.
multiple?
I was like 8 years old probably, and I still don't understand the plot of it. Like every time I probably watched it a dozen times now. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just laughing at the funny joke. It's in the slapstick.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
honestly, in a movie like this, I'm kind of always expecting the Murder on the Orient Express ending. Like I feel like just because in a movie like this with a lot of big stars, I feel like they don't want to commit to one murderer. Like I don't think they want to give someone too much shine, or they don't want to like kind of imbalance it because it's a pretty balanced movie in terms of everyone. The main six all have a lot to do, and it's I don't
Yes.
think like I guess maybe Christopher Lloyd is the one person who kind of falls into the background, but everyone kind of has their scenes and their moments, and I do think if only one person is the murderer, like in the Miss Scarlet ending, you're like, well, I guess this is a Miss Scarlet movie now, and the movie's about her. So I feel like in a movie like this, I'm always kind of expecting some type of twist or some type of Murder on the Orient Express. They all did it.
yeah, yeah. I think I was leaning towards that way, but if I had to pick somebody, I was kind of assuming it was Tim Curry as the butler was the person
Yeah.
that did it. It just seemed like he had the most motives, and also was like the one that was orchestrating a lot of the things, so he could kind of pull it off easiest way. I also thought there was no way in hell cops were actually showing up too. I thought that was all just a ploy by him to maybe get someone to, I don't know, frame someone else for the murder or something like that to cause some panic. I wasn't really sure about that. Why does,
You kind of intuit that when the first cop shows up and he's not there for that reason, because
exactly.
like when the police are called, it would the closest officer would be the person to respond to the scene.
Yeah.
With that guy being right outside,
Yeah.
it would make sense that he would be the person who would come.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Um, and then, I don't know, like Herbert Hoover calls. Not really sure what that has to do with
J.
Herbert
it.
J.
Hoover?
Edgar Hoover, the
J.
ghost
Edgar
of Herbert,
Hoover.
president. Yeah.
And I believe makes sense if he is if Tim Curry is an undercover agent, I guess. Is that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Then it makes sense.
But I guess also when he isn't an undercover agent, Michael McKean is an undercover. So in all three endings, there's an undercover agent there. So I guess it does make sense that the FBI chief would get in. Do they say why he calls? Does it have something? Because I think a lot of these people are like connected in like the world. It's like Madeline Kahn is like a widow of like a bunch of famous men. Christopher Lloyd works at the United Nations. Miss Scarlet is a a sassy DC madame, as Wikipedia says. Like these are all people of influence in and around like DC.
Right.
Like
It's
you.
I like that they
If it was
went with
modern
that
day.
Yeah, it's a bit
political
like me.
angle. It's funny.
No,
Um,
yeah. I mean, I did like that. I think I had such a tough time remembering what everyone's background was in because they reveal like how they're connected in like 4.5 seconds, and I'm just like,
yeah,
wait, what's Mrs. Plum's background again? What does she
Hmm.
do?
yeah. It is a fun scene
Very
because
Mr.
early in
Plum.
it
it.
is so quick. It's so quick, but there's like, well, what about Mrs. White? She had a reason to, and she's like, me? Yes, of course I had a reason to, but what about Mr. Green? And they like just like go in a circle accusing each other, and you get like their thing, and you
Yeah.
find out
Yeah.
why they were getting blackmailed.
No, yeah, no, yeah. I agree. This movie flies by and like it is kind of breakneck speed a lot of the
Yeah,
time, and
it's
new
like 90
characters.
minutes. Like it's so
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, new characters coming into the mansion. They just die so quickly. You're just like the poor telegram girl, just
That's
gets
a great joke.
That
just gets shot instantly.
that is probably the one thing I remember from the first time I watched that movie, and just how funny that scene
Yeah.
is.
That woman is the guitarist for the Go-Go's,
Was that
the
their
band The
other
Go-Go's.
Would that have been
other
a
rock
cameo
star
that
they
everyone
needed?
would have been really excited for in 1985?
I don't think so. She plays rhythm guitar, so she's like
Oh,
fifth bill. She's like fifth bill to the Go-Go's. Like she's not
fifth
exactly Belinda
Go-Go.
Carlisle. Yeah. So I think she said I saw an interview with her where she was just like, I thought I might want to do movies. She's like 5 foot tall and has like the like literally looks like she's 12 years old. And she's like, I thought I might want to do movies, and I tried out for that one, and they liked me, and maybe I'll do movies again. I don't know. And then I feel like she wasn't in anything else.
That was definitely her first movie.
No, no, she was in some other stuff.
She was in Sleeping Beauty, 1987. How could we forget that? A Star Trek movie.
There
Yeah,
was a Star
man.
Trek movie called Sleeping Beauty.
No. Yeah, Star Trek 5, The Sleeping Beauty. Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost. She's
Ah,
dust.
classic.
Uh,
Oh, is that one of the Hex Girls? That's the Hex Girls one, right?
The what?
The Hex Girls, the goth babes from Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost.
Oh,
Maybe.
probably.
Maybe.
Are you
I'm
deeply
not great
familiar with
with
the Scooby-Doo
Scooby-Doo
extended
lore.
universe? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a normal universe. I had all of those on VHS.
No, I feel like I
These
didn't
ones?
really watch any of those.
My
Oh,
favorite
yeah,
one
that
was the
checks out.
video game one.
Oh
A lot
yeah,
of direct to VHS '90s Scooby Doo's.
yeah. She is one of the Hex girls.
There you go.
Good for her.
That's good
She
casting.
made it.
Singing telegrams are they're such a product of a bygone era. I feel like it's something that I feel like would be made a joke of in like old sitcoms I would watch. Like in Full House, they'd make a joke or something about singing telegrams. But like now, if like a silly singing telegram came to your house, you would get fucking shot. Like
Yeah.
if someone
You
knocked on your door
would.
and started singing it, you would for sure get shot.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like the concept is wild that's what they would do. I guess it's like the modern day version of it would be like a cameo, huh? You
I was
get
gonna
a
say,
cameo
yeah,
for
cameo.
somebody. Yeah.
Just to hire a guy who looks like who doesn't even look like or sound like Toby Keith, but he's
Yeah,
supposed to be an impersonator.
that was a
Keith
good
from-
one though. That one that I
Which
got
got
for
me
you.
fooled for about 30 seconds to a minute.
Is
Is
Yeah,
that what he
I
looks
got
like now?
I got Antonio a cameo from a Toby Keith impersonator, and I think I lied about his cat Bosco dying. A cat that doesn't exist. He
Cisco.
doesn't have a cat named Cisco. Sorry. And I think I was just like, Antonio's having a really hard time. If you could cheer him up. I assume it was for your birthday, but it might have just been
Yeah.
apropos of nothing.
I love my fur babies too. Yeah, it's a hard thing.
we get cameos every year to decide our fantasy football draft order, and they just get like worse and worse every year with whoever Evan Linton picks, where they just like, for some reason, it's so hard for them to just like pick names. Last year we had a Robert Downey Jr. impersonator who was pretending like Jarvis was giving him the results. He's like, Jarvis, pull that up. Looks like it's Jacob Siegfried, third pick. And then he just did that like 12 times.
That's hilarious. So was Toby Keith already dead when this happened?
No, it was in that.
No, that would have been funny.
Yeah,
That would have been.
It would have been worse if I was fooled by that. It would have been.
It was like a year before he died, maybe.
No, he died last. Hang on, I'll find
We
it.
had
Keep talking.
One year for a fantasy league that we were in, we had Thad Lewis do the order, and he like couldn't pronounce people's names. Like Rossi, he said Rosie. Like he couldn't pronounce anyone's name.
Yeah, but he is Rosie.
He is Rosie, which was
At
hilarious.
least to Chuck.
Yeah, forever he'll be Rosie to Chuck. But yeah,
Don't check our fantasy football game right now, by the way, Mike.
am I
I take
stopping you?
back. You suddenly,
Holy
Dak
shit, I have
and
105.
yeah, Dak suddenly has 21 points, and Keenan Allen has 25. So
Yeah, when I check like yeah, go on.
take back my clap back from last time. We're even, all right. We'll be 1-1 on the season. A lot of game left. All right, back to the movie.
There it is. See him?
Oh
2021.
my God. That actually
I
looks.
told you.
He does actually look like him.
Okay, so going back to the movie,
So Mr. White, Mr. Pink.
the telegram shows up, and then he does the.
Are we doing a synopsis? Have we been doing a synopsis?
I mean, kind of. It's hard to do. And then after they kill the telegram, the power comes back on, and then Tim Curry does the thing where he recreates. He like runs from room to room, and he's like, and then this happens, and then the three
Which
ending
is-
starts.
I always forget that comes in like only an hour into the movie.
Yeah,
So there's still 35 minutes to spare, including like the additional endings, when he starts saying like I figured it out.
new ending is just like
Each ending I think starts like 2/3 of the way into him running around.
yeah. The three outcomes are Miss Scarlet did it, Peacock did it, and then everyone did it.
Yeah, the Peacock one was the worst one. I did not care
Yeah.
for that at all. I would have hated this movie leaving the theater, seeing that. I'm kidding,
If
but
that
I
was
would
the
have.
one.
It would have been disappointing. Yeah, she was the character
Yeah,
I cared
it's
about
the
the
worst
least. I thought she was the least interesting, and so her being the mastermind would have just been kind of lame.
Yeah. She's good though. This whole cast is great. Like top to bottom. It's like a good balance of people who are comedians but also with like dramatic chops, like a Tim Curry or like Madeline Kahn. Even like Christopher
Cook.
Lloyd too. Yeah, the cook she was in 160 episodes of MASH. According to
She
167.
played the cook.
Good.
Then she was the cook in MASH.
She was a lieutenant or something. She was lieutenant
Lieutenant.
nurse.
No, but they
But, like, I
all
think-
play their little niches really well, for sure.
Yeah. I think a version of this movie now that would get made would be like it'd be like Adam Sandler and like David Spade and his friends, and they would kind of just be like too in on the joke. Like it wouldn't be, you know what I mean? They would just be like there'd probably be a bunch of like references like what are we in an Agatha Christie novel or something like that, and like they would, but like
Yeah.
the
too
the
meta.
balance of like Michael McKean and like Martin Mull, who are like very funny but also just like good enough actors that they are playing it straight in the same way that like how The Naked Gun or Airplane, like Leslie Nielsen is a dramatic actor who plays it straight, and I feel like this hits that balance a lot.
So
which you
I
don't
want to get
in a
into
ton of
that
movies now.
because Haley was on our rewatch the other night. She was asking me, 'cause this is like her like favorite, one of her favorite movies. Like, how would you describe the comedy of this movie? And I went to like that kind of thing, like the Zemeckis, like everything from like Airplanes to like the Peter Sellers Pink Panther, all the way
Yeah.
up to like something like who's the Spinal Tap Princess Bride guy, Rob Reiner.
Yeah.
Um, like it's in that vein. I don't know what to call that exactly, but it like blends slapstick and wordplay, a lot of wordplay, a lot of puns, a lot of like Abbott and Costello kind of humor, but
Yeah.
50 years later,
Yeah.
40 years later. And
Yeah.
it had a moment there in like the 70s and into the 80s, and you really don't see anything like that in comedy anymore.
Yeah.
And it's not crass or vulgar. I mean, like there's a lot of like tit humor and but like it's just funny without being overly vulgar or ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a farce, kind like it's
It's a
like
farce, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
very and it kind of, especially because it is set in the one place, it has the vibe of a stage play, which
Mhm.
I think, like you said,
Yes.
your eighth grade play was
Hmm.
based off that. I think there's been a bunch of like Clue adaptations on stage, and it does kind of have that feeling of like you could picture yourself being able to see the whole mansion as they run from room to room and stuff.
Yes.
And like, yeah, it is very, it's like slapstick, but like everyone is still playing it straight, and it is the Zucker brothers or whatever around that time. Like I think
Yeah.
it has a lot in common with like something. It's also probably parroting movies that I don't know about in the same way that like when I
Hmm.
first saw Austin Powers and I didn't know that it was parroting James Bond, or like I don't know the movies that Airplane is parroting. I just
Sure.
there's probably a lot of movies prior to this that it's like not as direct of a spoof as like the Zucker brothers, but probably like a light spoof of those tropes too.
Right. And you don't need to know them to be in on the joke. Isn't
No.
Airplane like almost like a scene for scene parody of a serious dramatic movie from the
Yeah, that's
50s?
called like Disasters, or like called.
Yeah.
There was a series
Oh,
of movies
really?
called like Airport, but it's not. They just take the name from that, and there was a different movie that they are doing basically like a shot for shot parody of.
Right.
That is called. I cannot remember what it's called though.
0 Hour.
Yeah,
9 a.m.?
Yeah.
don't make me do it. Don't make me sing. But yeah, it is a type of like it's a type of comedy that the only thing that you can even kind of compare it to now, it's a bit like Only Murders in the Building, I guess. Like that, it kind of has a similar vibe, not just like just based on like the silliness of it in a way
Hmm.
that it's silly, but they aren't the people who are doing it aren't saying, "Isn't this stupid?" I feel like a lot of the
Hmm.
time, like a lot of the time, parody kind of falls into the vibe parody, or if like someone like the Sandler Group did it, they'd be like, "This is dumb," and we're making fun of it. And this is more
Ripping
like
on the
we like
Sandler
this and we're having fun with it. So I'm
Yeah.
really anti Sandler post Happy Gilmore 2. Mike knows my thoughts about it.
You didn't need to
Well,
watch that. You didn't need to watch that movie.
I had to.
Everyone else
Everyone
knew.
watched it. Everyone in America watched that movie, and I had to watch it. Everyone
you
was
could
talking about it.
you could have just had fun with it. You could have just shut your brain
I
off
tried.
and,
I was
and
ready
laughed
to have
at
fun
Bad
with it.
Bunny with the rest of us.
I did laugh at Bad Bunny. He was good in it. I didn't like everything else. Too many real golfers. Fuck Will Zalatoris or whatever his name is.
Fuck Travis Kelce.
I choose to keep Sandler in the laptop, pants, phone, wallet, keys era. And what's the one, the Safdie one?
Oh,
He's a
Uh,
crazy
Uncut Gems.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
my
it.
And I-
Sandler, baby.
I love Sandler too. I thought he was really good in Hustle, the like movie that was basically a commercial for the NBA too. Like I thought he
Oh,
was
Was
really
shit.
that the other Safdie?
I've
Was
never
that Safdie
seen that,
also?
but
No, I don't think it's a Safdie movie.
Do you think Uncut
Um,
Gems is a reference to circumcision?
I mean, I'm sure it's not related. I'm sure
I
Benny
didn't-
and Josh thought about it.
think
Yeah.
of that. But that.
But I just like I think yeah, I'm just done with Sandler doing the Happy Gilmore thing. Getting some
Have you
more
seen-
real movies.
So Adam Sandler has those murder mystery movies. Have you seen those?
I think that's
What?
probably why I'm associating that in my head. and it's like
Yeah.
What
him and
is that,
Jennifer Aniston.
Mike?
I think they're just
It's
called Murder Mystery, aren't they?
Yeah, Murder Mystery 1 and 2 on Netflix. I've never seen them,
Oh,
but
I think I
I'm a
saw
sucker
that
for
during COVID.
whodunits. Yeah,
Yeah.
first one was in 2019. It says
Are you excited for Knife Comes Out 3?
absolutely. I
I
love
think,
those
yeah,
movies. I mean,
I like
those
the
those
creepy
movies.
aesthetic of it.
Yeah, those movies are similar to this. I think those movies are funny. Not quite as
Yeah.
funny as this, but I mean, a modern day version of it for sure. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
it's more so adapted off of like the Agatha Christie's and all of that kind of stuff. But I think I think the modern day version of those murder mystery movies with Knives Out it's great.
Yeah.
I hope he keeps
I
making
think
them.
what separates this movie from like a Knives Out and maybe other movies too is that you don't really have like a gateway character. So like in something like Knives Out, we're never like doubting the motives of Daniel Craig, you know? Like he is our protagonist. We never really suspect him that he could be doing something wrong. And in something like Clue, we don't really have a character like that where even though that character in this, I guess, would be Wadsworth, you're still suspicious of him. Like there's nobody
Yeah.
in the cast you aren't suspicious of. And you even when he's like breaking it down, it still could be him.
That's true. There's no detective, which is kind of
Yeah.
nice because
Yeah, it's just
anyone
people
is
in a room
suspect.
figuring it out.
Yeah, anyone's a suspect, and that's kind of nice. But yet you still get the great whodunit at the end with him running around reenacting everything. I don't know. It's a trope that I love. Like I completely love the big reveals. Yeah.
Did you see the other two Agatha Christie? It was what, Murder on the Nile, and then there was the other one after, like, what was the one after Murder on the Nile that was the same the Kenneth Branagh ones?
I only saw Murder on the Orient Express, which I didn't care
You know-
for.
What's
came
the
out-
name of the?
That was like a podcast app, wasn't it? Wasn't that 2017 or 2018?
That was our second podcast. Was Murder on the
Wow.
I
Orient
remember
Express,
that.
which is funny.
What's the name of her detective guy?
Hercules Poirot.
Yeah, it's a stupid name. You wouldn't have someone named that today. That's probably why those movies did so bad. You gotta have a real name for your character, like James. Or,
Murder on the Orient Express made $350 million on a $55 million budget. Crazy.
It was
I watched
a big deal. People cared.
I watched the
I
third one.
Yeah, what was that called? Like something, a ghost in Venice or something?
Yeah, it was like It was in Venice. There was a ghost. Yeah.
A Haunting in Venice.
A Haunting in Venice. And that seems better.
And that made
It
$122 million. That came out 2 years
Having-
ago.
Crazy.
Having watched Knife Out before then, it just felt like a less compelling version of that, but I still had fun because, like Mike said, it's fun to watch a whodunit.
Yeah.
In any case,
Yeah. I kind of want to watch this one. This one actually looks kind of good. It's got a 75% Rotten Tomatoes, too.
Venice.
The Venice one, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Oh, you've seen it.
Yeah, that's the one that I saw.
Have you seen all three
Is
or just
that-
that one?
Is that Michelle Yeoh?
Just that
Is
one.
that who's the lead in that?
Yeah, she's she plays a psychic or something like that, like a mystic.
Is it scary? Should we have done that movie instead?
Yeah, we should.
All right, let's
Should we
heel turn.
restart?
Let's all watch this movie and come back. Tina Fey's in it.
Death on the Nile came
Tina-
out in 2022,
yeah,
and
Tina
then
Fey
that
is-
came out in 2023. That's crazy.
I feel like Death on the Nile was like delayed a bunch too, right? Like,
Probably because of COVID.
yeah, I feel like it was supposed to come out in 21, or maybe they even filmed it during the pandemic and it's just like green screens and them on a boat.
I mean, maybe, honestly.
I feel like that
I brought
movie,
some candy.
like, kind of, I don't know, like, from what I've seen of those movies, that like when you do have a version like Clue or Knives Out, it's just like, well, this is just not funny. Like, this is just
Yeah.
that, but taking itself so seriously. Like, what is the
Yeah.
point here?
Yeah, that's the issue, that it like has been done so many times that if you're not going to breathe some new air into it or just have humor, that it's kind of just
Yeah.
it's got to be really compelling mystery, and that's
Yes.
like pretty tough to pull off. With
It
how
definitely
many of
hurt
these
those movies
exist.
that Knives Out came like out like the year after. You know,
Yeah,
like
and just
if those movies didn't exist, it probably wouldn't have hurt as much in juxtaposition. But it's kind of like what it's similar to. Uh, it's a bit of like the reverse of what happened with like the Pierce Brosnan Bond movies, where those movies,
Because of
the
Austin Powers.
Jason Bourne movies came out. And
Oh.
Austin Powers a little bit, but like Jason Bourne movies came out and they were like, well, this is what we want out of our action movies. Like, this is fucking dorky as hell, whatever Pierce Brosnan's doing.
yeah,
Jason
for sure.
Bourne overlapped with Pierce Brosnan's Bond.
I think like almost the same year. I think like 2002 was the last, or maybe 2001 was the last Pierce Brosnan Bond. And I think Jason Bourne was the first, was 02.
What did he do besides GoldenEye?
Snow something. There's one where
Snowpiercer?
he did Snowpiercer. What the fuck is it called? I cannot remember. Something, A Spy Who Loved Me, is that him? Die Another Day is 2002, which is the same year that Jason Bourne comes out. And people are like, well, we like Jason Bourne more than this. He did The World Was Not Enough
Was that his last
in 99.
Bond? Was that his last Bond? Died
That's
His
a
last
movie?
Bond was 2022, because I think Casino Royale was a quick turnaround. Casino Royale was like 05 or 06.
05, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a Bond head.
Did they name a new Bond? We're getting so off topic.
I don't think they've named a new Bond, no.
Tim Curry.
I'm sure if you start... I'm sure Tim Curry's been in a wheelchair for like 8 years, all right?
He's not doing
Aw.
too well.
Is that true?
He had a stroke. He's
Yeah,
he's
stroke.
okay. He just like can't walk.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you search like new Bond, there's like a bunch of clickbaity articles that are like, this person's been suggested, and it's like about one singular tweet by a fan.
Tom Holland is out of the running for the next James Bond.
Yeah, I'm sure Denis Villeneuve will cast someone like basically unknown. Like, he's still shooting Dune 3 right now, and he's got to do all that. Like, I assume we're not going to see a Bond movie until like 2028, right? Like, I don't think it'll be any time in the next like 2 years.
They seem in no rush to pump that movie out, which is
Yeah,
probably
the last one came out in 2021. That like just happened.
Yeah,
That's crazy. He
You don't
was
need a
Bond
James
for
Bond.
like
It was fine.
16 years.
yeah.
Mhm.
They don't need a James Bond.
I gotta say,
movie.
what a loss for a great director. He's just only going to be doing these big budget like legacy films now.
Yeah.
For Denis Villeneuve. I know.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll
3
give him some
Dunes and
space in
probably
between.
a couple Bonds. He's
Are-
probably
are-
going to be done with art house pictures.
Are they confirmed ending it with Dune 3 too? Because aren't there like 7 Dune books? Like,
Ugh. How tedious.
I think they get bad though. I think like Children of Dune and like even like Dune Messiah are like not nearly well as regarded, and I feel like they might not make those into movies. Like Dune 3 might be the end.
Because Dune 2 is where the book ends, right? The main book.
I think yeah, that's where
I think
I believe
so.
that's where the first book ends. Yeah, Dune 3 is based on Dune Messiah, which is the second book.
Okay.
We have to go back to the dunes.
I'm sure that'll be said. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Since Arrival, he's done is big budget like Blade
Mhm.
Runner of 2049, Dune Part 2, Dune Part 3.
Yeah, I guess even Blade Runner is still like a legacy media. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Though that's
And that didn't even
sick.
make any money. Like it wasn't like didn't that bomb? Like
Oh, I'm pretty sure it bombed massively.
I'm
Actually,
pretty
made
sure
275 million actually on 185
Okay.
million. So it lost probably some money, but not crazy.
and I think Dune 1 probably lost money too, just because of the pandemic. But like, no, it made 400
No, I
million.
don't think so. That's it? That's kind of low. Lower than I thought.
Yeah.
Second one made.
I mean,
Dune 2
Arrival
did
made
50.
200 million. Like his movies were making money. Like Sicario made money, Arrival made money. I feel like Prisoners and Enemy probably didn't. No, I mean Prisoners made money. Prisoners made over $120 million. That's crazy. I
Dude,
feel like
his
movies
run
just
is
don't make
insane.
money anymore. Like,
No, they don't. They just like can't
like
make money.
the fact that Prisoners, if you ask the average person about the film Prisoners, they'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I don't know. I don't
And
know
it,
what that is.
yeah,
Is it like
and it
weapons?
made $122 million. And you talk about
That's
something like
nothing. With
one
the
battle
price of
after
tickets these
another,
days, that's like 300 people.
one battle after another, which I feel like everyone was talking about, has like made that much money. Like it's made about as much as Denis Villeneuve's like fifth most successful movie from 2013.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Yeah, if Prisoners came out, it made as much money as. Let's go total grossing. It would be like, I don't know, 30th at the box office this year. It made as much money as A Quiet Place day one. I
Yeah,
forgot that movie came out.
that come out this year?
Yeah,
I think I
There's no
saw
way.
trailer.
yeah.
I was in the
June
theater the other
28th.
day.
That came out on June 28th?
No, that must have been June 20th, 2024.
Yeah, it is. I don't know what list I'm looking at. And it also made more money than what this list says. Okay, I got to get off this list. I guess back to Clue.
Yeah, back to Clue.
No, you have to.
Who's
The
your
third-
favorite character?
Liam, your favorite character is Yvette's boobs.
Calm down, all right.
Is it though?
Also, we'll talk about it. Doesn't Leslie Ann Warren also look like Miss Scarlet looks so much like Susan Sarandon in this? Like I'm pretty sure the first time we watched it, I just assumed she was Susan Sarandon. But to answer your question, my favorite character is the butler. So you guys can't pick him. You can't pick Wadsworth
Okay.
because he's
Well,
mine.
Since I can't
Which
pick
is
my
white.
favorite, since I actually can't pick my favorite character in it, I
Yeah.
actually liked Colonel Mustard.
Yeah.
I thought he was entertaining. I liked that him and Miss Scarlet were paired together. They were like the
R.I.P. Martin Mull.
yeah, they were the duo that I was most interested in.
I was rooting for them.
Same. I was hoping that I kind of thought someone was just gonna get picked off in those scenes. I didn't think that it would just be like people that were coming into the house were gonna get picked off. But yeah, that was probably the scariest parts of the movie when they're all sneaking around the house. I could have covered my face. I didn't though.
On the plane with your phone.
Yeah. I
Mike
covered my face
on
during
the
weapons.
plane with his phone. Blue.
Cover my phone.
No, I love Mrs. White. And her character is, she just has these little quips and little vocalizations that are so like modern, like the line of the flames from
Oh yeah,
Spider-Man.
the way she
it's like-
says it is like
Yeah.
jarringly modern to me.
Yes,
I- like-
it's like very Tim and Eric, or like
Yeah,
it's so
like the way
like
she like,
non
stumbles
sequitur
through it.
Mm-hmm.
She's great. Madeline Kahn's obviously like an incredible actress, and she was in Paper Moon and Blazing Saddles and shit. Like,
You couldn't
Yeah,
make
this-
Paper Moon today.
no, 'cause that guy's dead.
But it is Tim Curry. Tim Curry's
Yes,
stealing
He's
scenes left and
unbelievable.
right. Yes.
he just like the amount of like what do you call it? Like cult classic things that he had. Like the fact that he has Rocky Horror Picture Show and this, like he is just like a seminal actor of like one type that like there's no one else that can do the things that he does.
How's the beers, guys?
The cider's really nice. I've got my little bowl of ice that I'm chilling it in.
Where
way
are
of
you
doing
right
it.
now? Are you just in your?
I'm in
are you
my-
just in your house?
Office, yeah.
Oh. Mine's pretty good. It's a little sweet as a cider is, as a cider from Aldi you could probably expect to be. Like I probably wouldn't drink like 6 of these because it's kind of like drinking like 6 sodas nearly in terms of like sugar.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I probably, I didn't really taste any pumpkin. It kind of just tasted like an Aldi cider.
Like, how's your Franklin's Tower?
Franklin's Castle. Do you guys
Ah,
know what that is?
yes. I would like to go there. I've never been there, but I've always
What
like,
is it?
I've always driven past it. It's like it's an old uh building in Ohio City, and it has some kind of Nazi like history to it.
It is reported to be the most haunted house in Ohio. I don't know who's making that judgment. I don't know who ranks how haunted a
It's
house is. If there's
it's
some type of
well, it's
system.
peer
Yeah.
reviewed articles. Yeah,
It looks haunted.
I think you can tour it. Yeah, you
I've
can
probably
tour it.
driven past this house a bunch of times without realizing.
You guys have that book Weird Ohio growing up?
With
No,
like
I didn't.
the
Oh, I love
basket
that.
on the front cover.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, I rented from like
Yeah.
our grade school library.
Mm-hmm. I've driven past that basket loads of times.
Yes, I'm aware of the basket.
This
It's
looks
not.
familiar, but I don't think I've ever read this.
It was a very classic like coffee table book when we were growing up.
Yeah.
A lot of the weird kids, you know,
Are you
the
excluding
girls
yourself from that?
with yeah, like me and like the girls with black hair who have tattoos of Jack Skellington on them. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, one and the same. This beer, it's good. I mean, you have to like pumpkin beers, but it's a pretty like kind of your typical pumpkin beer,
Yeah.
which is fine. Like it's a good seasonal pumpkin brew. 7%, which is kind of shockingly high because it doesn't taste that strong. But I would have a really tough time drinking more than one of these because it's good and tasty, but it's like very filling and
Mm-hmm.
I don't. For me, like I like pumpkin beers, but I can't drink a lot of them. Not even a
Yeah.
lot of them like the month of October. I have like one or two, and I'm like, all right, I scratched this itch. I'm good now. So I think if I saw this on tap at Market Garden and it was a crisp October day, I'd probably order it again. I'll give this beer a 7.8 out of 10.
Wow, that's big. I think mine's firmly a 7. I feel like it's just like it's hard to mess up a cider because it really is just like sweetness and like
It's a
they all taste fine.
it's a pumpkin cider though.
Yeah, but you
There's an
can't
art
really
to
taste.
cidery.
They'll just put
I'm sure.
pumpkin in anything these days and try to sell it in
Yeah, I'm
October.
sure. I promise you, whatever this Aldi brand does not have real pumpkin. I'm sure it's pumpkin syrup or whatever. The same thing that you get at like Starbucks.
Yeah.
As for me, this farm floor dry table cider, tart and earthy, 6.9%. Uh, let's go with a
6.9%. My goodness.
yeah,
It's a nice percentage.
8 flat, 8.0.
Wow.
Just a good cider. I like a dry cider, like a tart cider. For something in a can, perfectly drinkable. 140 calories. Cider's always got calories. Beer doesn't always have calories. Cider's got calories. I don't know why.
It does. I mean, I guess
Isn't that
it's
weird?
probably sugar.
Yeah, it's all sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's not bad. Like you know, like an IPA might be the same or worse, or like
Yeah.
a heavy beer.
Yeah.
Good
Some
for a dry
IPAs
cider.
and porters are like 250. Easy.
Ugh.
All right, guys. Anything else? Any parting shots on Clue? Go watch
Well-
it if you've never seen it and you're listening to this.
Fun
which I don't know
movie.
why you
Watch
would
it.
be.
Watch it with some people. Watch it with your significant other. If you're single, sucks for you. Watch it alone.
If you're single, do not watch this movie.
Yeah, no,
I
it'll make
can't
you
be
feel
more
lonely.
clear about this. If you don't have anyone to curl up to at night, don't watch Clue 1985.
It'll make you long for someone like Tim Curry.
Seriously. What kind of board games would you guys like to see turned into movies in the future?
It's a good question.
Catan.
Yahtzee.
I feel like Catan could be something. I feel like I'm sure. I feel like post like Barbie, every single thing they're just like, what if we made this into a movie? I know
Everyone's
Barbie's not a board game.
pushing.
but they're just
did-
like, what if
Barbie's
we
a
took
board game.
it's. But I feel like, I mean, because I think they made other ones besides Battleship, right? I think I'm forgetting.
I feel like the Lego movie is what broke the levee, man. I feel like once that
Yeah.
happened,
They did chess in Chamber of Secrets.
They
So
did.
that was like Chess the movie, but
Yeah,
like that
but
was kind of like
Jumanji,
a
I believe the
trailer for
movie
Chess
came
the movie,
first.
like a teaser.
Yeah.
Like they were gonna spin it off into something, but it just didn't test well enough.
Ouija, the movie.
there's
Luigi's
honestly
Mansion.
not as many as you would think.
No, there's not. I guess Dungeons and Dragons, but I don't really consider Dungeons and Dragons a board game. That's more of a
It's
role
a tabletop game.
Yeah.
It's a way of life. I think Catan is a good answer. Monopoly of some sorts could probably be adapted.
Isn't that just like Wolf of Wall Street?
Sure.
Yeah.
But you could call it Monopoly. Who wouldn't want to see the monocle doing a line of cocaine? I would love to see that.
The Monocle.
What's his
I
name?
believe
his
he
name?
famously
Mr.
doesn't have a monocle. I believe that's
Mr. Monop. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's a
Mandela effect.
That's a Morgan
Mandela.
Freeman effect.
Yeah.
You're
Who do
right.
you guys think-
Mr.
He-
Monopoly.
Morgan
does
Freeman
have
was
a
actually
monocle.
not in that movie.
Who do you guys think is the modern Tim? If they've probably pitched remaking Clue, right? I'm sure they have after the success of Top Gun Maverick or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
do we have
sure.
an actor now that is like Tim Curry?
Jim Carrey if it was 15 years ago, maybe.
Just because
Yeah,
the
but-
name kind of sounds the same.
I feel like he'd go
100%.
too. I feel like he'd go too big. Like I feel
would-
like
Yeah, he would. But it would still be entertaining. He could make that
Yeah.
work.
it's honestly
would-
it's kind of Daniel Craig, and he's kind of doing it. Like it's kind of Daniel Craig, or at least it can be. Like he's like got like a serious demeanor, but also can be like funny. But he's not
Yeah.
he's not big in the same way Tim Curry. Like I don't really know who. I'm sure they do a bunch of Rocky Horror stuffs and someone like I don't know who, but honestly, the modern Tim Curry is probably like a drag queen that we like based on who would play like Frankenfurter now. Google says, I said, who's the modern Tim Curry? And this says, modern Tim Curry refers to the actor Tim Curry. So, not helpful. I gotta go
They
to
should
Reddit.
they should just try and get him in a mech suit and try again.
Just
Kids are going to
de-age-
want to see the original Wadsworth.
Yeah. Daniel Radcliffe, people on Reddit are saying. I don't know if Daniel Radcliffe.
No, he's not. There's nothing. He has no charisma.
Jermaine Clement.
Tim Curry oozed charisma.
Yeah.
Paul
And all these people
Giamatti.
that-
I like that one.
Paul Giamatti is a good answer.
Giamatti's like as old as Tim Curry.
Yeah.
I think Paul Giamatti could play that role, though. He could play the butler. I think it would be interesting.
I feel like he'd be like a Martin Mull type. He'd be playing Professor, not Professor Plum, whatever. He'd be a Colonel Mustard type.
Yeah.
What about
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, Dwayne the
who?
Rock Johnson.
Oh, that
I
would
just
work.
Smashing Machine, so.
If he had the accent, that would work really well. I think he could pull it off. He could pull off any role, really.
He's one of the greatest modern actors, and he's gonna win an Oscar this year.
He pulled off the Smashing Machine. I liked
He did.
it.
He smashed.
Was that the name of the? Was that actually the name of the movie?
Yeah,
Yes.
The Smashing Machine.
Cool.
Does a lot of smashing in it.
What about Michael Caine? He's had experience as Butler.
He has.
That's true. Michael Caine's modern day Tim Curry.
He also has the Tim Curry experience of being the only human in a Muppets movie, which is probably important for being Tim Curry.
That is true.
Was Tim Curry a human in the Muppets movie?
Yeah, he's in Muppets Treasure Island. He's
I'm
Long
not
John
as
Silver.
versed as you are.
He's
Oh,
Long
you
John
got it.
Silver.
Oh yeah, he is. You guys
The
haven't seen
rest of
Muppet Treasure Island? It's so
No.
good.
They need to do a new Muppet.
They,
They
really
are.
do.
Don't worry. They're doing a new Muppet show next year. It's coming.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard it
They're
was
at least
bad.
doing like a special that I feel like is going to turn into a TV show. Mike, let's do a Muppet retrospective episode eventually.
I would do it.
Get
I
me
love the
on for
Muppets.
that.
Love the Muppets. Will you come dressed as Fozzie Bear?
Yeah, of course. I just have to pull it out of my closet.
Maybe that's what I'm gonna go for as Halloween. Is Fozzie Bear this year? People would love it.
I'm going as Doctor Evil. I ordered my evil doctor from movie costume. That is
Yeah.
trademark
From movie.
distinct from Doctor Evil.
I went as Austin
Not-
Powers
not-
like 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Damn.
I think I went as Austin Powers when I was like 10 years old. And I'm
Yeah,
like, that's so
baby.
funny that like I was like a British guy who fucks a lot. Like my parents were just like, yeah, whatever, you can go as this notorious shagadelic dude when you're 10 years old.
Hey man.
He's a great character.
Yeah, I agree. He's one of our finest.
Teaches you a lot of good
Honestly,
life
any
lessons.
Austin Powers movie over any James Bond movie, hot take.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure. That's
yeah,
not even like
100%.
that's not even a question. I
I
watched
don't
an
even
Austin
like
Powers
James
movie.
Bond.
I was dying at an Austin Powers movie pretty recently. I was just like, this is the greatest movie ever. I can't believe that they're not.
What's
no,
the Mr. Bean other the
Johnny
parody
Dangerous?
of
No, not
Johnny Danger? Yeah,
No,
no,
sorry,
it's
Johnny
something
Danger-
like that though.
Johnny Dangerously is
Johnny English.
Michael-
Johnny English.
Johnny English. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Also hilarious. Mr. Bean would be a great Tim Curry.
That's funny you say that. He was actually going to play that role. I just watched that documentary. He was one of the other people that they considered.
Oh, is that right? Rowan Atkinson.
Rowan Atkinson. Also, funnily enough, for the role of Miss Scarlet, they had Carrie Fisher cast, and she was a few days
Very
before they were going to
famous.
start filming. Carrie Fisher's like, by the way, I'm going to rehab, and they originally they were like, she was like, they'll let me out during the day, and I'll just go film, and it'll be totally fine. And they were like, and the insurance company was like, no, you cannot do that with Carrie Fisher. So she had to drop out.
Is that what that's? So that's like just after Return came out, huh?
Yes, like probably the
Because they would've
year
been
they probably filmed in
yeah.
like 84 or like early 85, so like right after that.
Yeah.
Is she dating Paul Simon at this point?
She might have been married to Paul Simon at that point, right?
Was
Weren't they
married to him?
They were married.
I
No.
think they were married. I'm almost certain they were married.
Married?
It's like Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson.
Yeah, they
Pamela
were married in 80,
Anderson
they were
was
married in
married to
83
Art
and divorced in 84.
Yeah.
Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson were never even dating, Mike. We got duped.
No, we didn't.
Who
I
duped?
They
still,
tricked us.
I still believe in them.
We sound like idiots on the podcast.
Arguing if they're married or not, and they weren't
Yeah.
even dating.
You were like, yeah, I think I'm pretty sure they live together. They have kids, and I was like, weren't even fucking dating.
They adopted. It's really, yeah. I don't know.
Who
I still,
duped you?
They
They did. They
Pamela?
they were like acting as if they were like dating during all the Naked Gun.
They weren't
press stuff.
acting. They said they were dating.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at one point I feel like they maybe never said it straight up or something. They probably had some plausible deniability, but I feel like at one point Liam Neeson said something along the lines of like, "And I fell in love with you filming the movie," and everyone was like, "Oh shit!" But then it was fake.
They probably banged though.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. I'm sure Liam Neeson.
If you're gonna
was a
like,
great
yeah,
hug.
if you're gonna make
100%.
up that kind of act with your screen partner, you gotta at least try it out.
For sure. Well, since we talked about Liam Neeson's hog, I think it might be time to call the Clue ReBoo a wrap.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone for listening. Follow us on Instagram at Movie ReBrew. I'm
to
at
say
Twitter
that?
at Oakley Bay.
Yeah,
I
just put-
passed that recently, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's Mike's Twitter name, like
yeah, dude.
Oakley Bay State Park or whatever it is."
It's in West Virginia.
Oh yeah, I passed on the way to Columbus.
Yeah. Don't
That's-
have a Twitter account, but yeah, follow us on Instagram, movie_ReBrew.
Follow us on
TikTok.
YouTube.
YouTube,
TikTok.
TikTok. You can get in a fight with us in YouTube comments like they do from time to time. Don't call out Paul Thomas Anderson movies because people will just start insulting you. The bros on YouTube.
The bros on
what's
YouTube
wrong
were
with
pissed
it?
that
What?
Mike said that they were too long.
I called a couple movies bloated, and one was like, how do you call a masterpiece bloated? And I'm like, dude, PTA, I heard him on a podcast saying that he wished he could edit down Boogie Nights and Magnolia. Chill out.
Yeah. He says the comments something along the lines of like, imagine criticizing PTA and you're on a podcast.
You're a guest on a podcast.
You're a guest. So they assumed that I was hosting too. They assumed I was the dominant one in the relationship.
Fuck. All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap. Take care.
All right.
Do we say, there's nothing else? There's no, okay.
Well, I don't know.
10 out of 10 movie. Best movie ever. Watch it.
Oh, do we have to, don't we rank? Don't we give it a score?
You can give it a score. We don't usually do for
10.
the rewinds,
10.
but 10? All right.
10 out of 10.
Liam, what do you give it?
Yeah. 10, I'm going to say 10 out of 10. But slightly more than Antonio's 10 out of 10.
I would, on Letterboxd, I'd
5.1
probably
stars.
give this, I give this like 4 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. It's really good. Go watch it.
I did give it 5
Oh,
on
Lim-
Letterboxd, of course. Oh, yeah. Follow me on
Hey, this-
Letterboxd.
This says Limp Bizkit died.
Yeah.
I just got him ran a
All right,
trivia
see you
question
guys.
on Wednesday. All right. Rest in peace, Limp Bizkit.
Rest in peace. And Doug Martin.
Bye.